Hi, welcome to Unwrapped. I'm Mark Summers, and today we are getting a taste of delectable delight, so prepare yourself for a sweet trip. We're going to start in the South with a candy concoction called peanut brittle. Let's take a look at how one company is taking this simple recipe nationwide.
Atlanta, Georgia is the hometown of one of the South's sweetest treats, Sophie May Peanut Brittle.
Sophie May is the #1 peanut brittle brand in the United States. Being in business since 1918, customers have become to recognize that brand.
1918 is when businessman John Coppage ended up with a super cheap shipment of peanuts and decided to go into the brittle business. But according to the box, this happened a little earlier, 34 years to be exact.
Mr. Coppage, who was a great businessman and entrepreneur, kind of made the story up to give a little bit of a glamour to his product. It didn't start in 1884, it started in 1918.
Even if his dates were a bit off, his crispy candy soon became a big hit. First in the South, then all over. The Georgia Nut Company bought the Sophie May brand in 2004, and nowadays they're making over 3 million pounds of brittle each year. And the first part of making the brittle is loading up on peanuts. Big bags holding 1,200 pounds of nuts open up and feed into conveyors, responsible for sending nuts through the factory. Meanwhile, steam kettles fill up with corn syrup and buckets of vanilla-flavored sugar dump in. Then the syrup heats up to 250 degrees Fahrenheit, creating a hot and steamy slurry. And only after the slurry cooks for a while do the peanuts get into the mix.
The reason you don't put the peanuts in until after that is because if you put the peanuts in at the pre-mix stage, you'll burn the peanuts.
The slurry and nuts fold in together with the help of an auger. Then the cooked concoction pours its way onto a cooling belt, moves through a maze of conveyors, and slowly gets solid until it's hard enough to handle the next step, which is the fun part, breaking up the brittle. To do that, the factory is using this special machine called a breaking bar, which has tiny hammers responsible for whacking candy into random-sized pieces. Now it's ready to be packed up and shipped out. Total time from pouring peanuts to boxed up brittle, only about 30 minutes. Pretty easy. In fact, Georgia Nut Company is finding there's just one problem with their old-fashioned candy, the next generation of sweet tooths.
Our #1 consumer is usually elderly people. I think just because it's a candy that they've grown up with. Kids love it, but they just aren't exposed to it.